Ever wonder what life is like behind the walls of a royal residence? Adelaide Cottage, nestled within Windsor Home Park, offers a fascinating glimpse into the private world of the Prince and Princess of Wales, William and Kate. This charming abode, steeped in history and modern royal life, provides an intriguing blend of traditional and contemporary family values. Adelaide Cottage has a rich and somewhat scandalous history that adds its unique charm and public draw. Built in 1831 by Sir Geoffrey Wyatville, this quaint residence was initially known as Adelaide Lodge and constructed as a tea house for Queen Adelaide, the wife of King William IV, and served as a quiet retreat from the bustling life at Windsor Castle. The cottage quickly garnered attention and was described in the press at the time as extraordinarily elegant, a true testament to its architectural beauty and serene setting. The cottage's connection to the British royal family is deep-rooted, and to this day it stays very much a focal point for fans, making its way into hit television series like The Crown, as well as in magazines like Vogue and Vanity Fair. Most recently, the cottage has been in the news while Kate Middleton recovers from a cancer diagnosis. She finds the cottage to be calming as she steps away from the public eye, writing that, on the days she feels well enough, it's a joy to spend personal time on the things that give her energy and positivity, as well as doing a little work from home. Over the years, Adelaide Cottage has seen various members of the royal family grace its halls, making it a cherished part of British royal history. Its connection to these iconic figures adds a layer of mystique and fascination, because while it's a historical building, it also serves as a living part of the royal narrative. Queen Adelaide, for whom the cottage was named, was a beloved figure known for her grace and poise. The cottage provided her a peaceful escape where she could enjoy her tea and leisure time away from the formalities of court life. Imagine the serene afternoons she must have spent there, sipping tea and enjoying the tranquility of the Windsor Home Park. Later, Queen Victoria also found solace in Adelaide Cottage. She frequently visited, using the space to entertain guests and enjoy her morning tea. The road leading to the cottage was specially constructed to make her visits more comfortable, a nod to the importance of the place in the royal routine. The cottage, with its understated elegance, provided a perfect backdrop for quiet royal gatherings and moments of reflection. The connection the cottage makes between Queen Adelaide and Queen Victoria, and now Princess Kate, provides a glimpse into the more private and intimate aspects of their lives. It highlights the importance of a quiet place to retreat for those who hold the duty of being a royal. Adelaide Cottage is also a treasure trove of architectural wonders and interior features that tell their own story. The design and construction of the cottage showcase an interesting blend of styles and materials. Sir Geoffrey Wyatville, the architect behind the project, used materials from John Nash's Royal Lodge, incorporating elements that give the cottage its distinctive character. Now, one of the standout features inside the cottage is the Greco-Egyptian marble fireplace. This fireplace is a stunning piece reflecting the Regency era's fascination with classical motifs. It's easy to imagine cozy evenings by the fire, surrounded by the elegance of the past. The cottage also houses furniture from the former royal box, adding a touch of regal grandeur to the otherwise modest residence. These pieces are not just beautiful, but also hold a historical significance, connecting the present with the royal family's storied past. The furniture and decor inside Adelaide Cottage reflect a time when craftsmanship was key and every detail was considered with great care and attention. During the Victorian era, the cottage underwent several upgrades that further enhanced its appeal. It became a favoured spot for Queen Victoria, who often visited the cottage to enjoy a quiet breakfast or afternoon tea. The Queen's rest apartment was a special feature of the cottage, designed specifically for her use. It was a place where she could relax and escape the pressures of royal duties. To accommodate her visits, a unique road was built leading directly to the cottage, making it more accessible for the Queen and her entourage. These Victorian-era upgrades not only made the cottage more comfortable, but also highlighted its role as a guest house. It became an idyllic spot for important visitors to Windsor, who often remarked on the beauty and tranquility of the place. The cottage's blend of Regency and Victorian elements create a grand atmosphere that feels both inviting and intimate. It's a place where history feels alive, where you can almost hear the echoes of the past in its halls. Whether it's the exquisite marble fireplace or the carefully chosen furnishings, every aspect of Adelaide Cottage speaks to its rich heritage and the love that's gone into preserving it. Adelaide Cottage has been home to some fascinating and quite notable residents over the years, adding layers of intrigue to its history. One of the most talked about periods was during the 1940s and 1950s, when Peter Townsend and his wife Rosemary lived there. Peter Townsend, an Air Force ace and personal equerry to King George VI, became the centre of a royal scandal that captivated the nation. The scandal erupted when Townsend, who was significantly older and recently divorced, became romantically involved with Princess Margaret, the younger sister of Queen Elizabeth II. The affair began while Margaret was still a teenager, and the relationship was kept under wraps for a time. However, it all came to light during Queen Elizabeth's coronation in 1953, when a moment of affection between Margaret and Townsend was captured and splashed across tabloids worldwide. The scandal was a huge sensation, not least because of the strict royal protocols and societal norms of the time, which made their relationship highly controversial. Princess Margaret was faced with a heart-wrenching decision: marry Townsend and forfeit her royal privileges, or end the relationship and maintain a position in the line of succession. Ultimately, she chose the latter, breaking off the engagement to adhere to the royal duty and expectations. This decision marked a poignant chapter in the history of Adelaide Cottage, as the place where such a significant and emotional event unfolded. After the Townsends, Adelaide Cottage transitioned into what's known as a house of grace and favour. This term refers to homes owned by the monarch that are rented out to members of the royal family or staff, often as a gesture of appreciation or recognition. One of the notable residents during this period was Simon Rhodes, the son of Queen Elizabeth II's cousin, Margaret Rhodes. The cottage continued to serve as a private residence for various individuals connected to the royal family, each adding their own stories to its rich tapestry. Embodying the blend of public and private life that defines much of the royal experience, whether it's the romance and heartbreak of Princess Margaret and Peter Townsend, or the more tranquil days of later residents, Adelaide Cottage has been at the heart of some truly captivating royal narratives. Adelaide Cottage, in all its history, has stood still in time and evolved with thoughtful renovations that blend the old with the new. In 2015, the cottage underwent significant renovations, a project aimed at modernising the living space while preserving its architectural integrity. This careful balance ensured that the cottage retained its historical charm, including its beautiful Greco-Egyptian marble fireplace and other period features, while becoming a comfortable modern home suitable for contemporary living. The renovation work was quite extensive. It involved updating the utilities, which were essential to make the residence more comfortable and energy efficient. The interior was refreshed, maintaining its classic style but with a subtle contemporary twist, allowing the space to feel timeless and current, an ideal blend for a home that carries so much historical weight. In the summer of 2022, William, Kate and their 3 children moved into the cottage to be a short drive from their children's school and only a 10-minute walk from Windsor Castle. Today, Adelaide Cottage is a delightful mix of history and modernity. The main building has preserved many of its original features, such as the distinctive Greco-Egyptian marble fireplace, which remains a focal point in one of the main rooms. The master bedroom, with its vaulted ceiling adorned with gilded dolphins and rope decoration from a 19th century royal yacht, still exudes a regal yet cozy vibe. The furnishings throughout continue to reflect a blend of historical and modern tastes, creating a warm and inviting atmosphere. The cottage isn't just about the main house though. There's also a smaller adjacent building that adds to the property's charm. While its specific use isn't publicly known, it's been speculated that it could serve as staff quarters or additional guest accommodation. The grounds of Adelaide Cottage are equally impressive, with extensive gardens that offer a lush green oasis. These gardens provide plenty of space for the young royal children to play and explore, as well as for the family dog Orla to roam freely. The greenery surrounding the cottage, combined with a light pink facade and white detailing around the windows and roof, gives the place a fairy tale-like quality. Adelaide Cottage's transformation has made it not only a residence rich in history, but also a practical modern home. The blend of preserved historical elements with modern updates ensures that while the cottage remains a piece of living history, it's also perfectly suited for the day-to-day life of the Prince and Princess of Wales and their children. It stands as a beautiful example of how historical properties can be adapted for modern use without losing their unique character and charm. Now, if you enjoyed the story and tour of the Prince and Princess of Wales cottage, we encourage you to like this video and subscribe. And please join us next time as we take a look inside the ever luxurious spaces around the world.